Welcome to our second video of the week, Solving Rational Expressions Part 2 notes. So it's like a continuation of what we were doing yesterday. But the slight little wrinkle, but hopefully you won't mind it so much. Okay. So 1 plus v plus 3 over v minus 1 equals v minus 3 over v minus 1. Okay. So the common denominator that will hit all these pieces is v minus 1. So I'm going to multiply everything by v minus 1. Multiplying all. So here on the far left, v minus 1 times 1 is just v minus 1. So it's basically those multiplied. Here the v minus 1, we'll catch it cancel with that v minus 1. So all we got left is what's up top, v plus 3. And same thing on the right side after the equal sign. V minus 1 cancels the v minus 1 cancel, so equals v minus 3. So now we got combining like terms a little bit. V plus v gives me 2v and used up. And then we have minus 1 plus 3, so plus 2 equals v minus 3. Okay, now let's start solving things a little bit. I'm going to take minus v to both sides here. So we got v plus 2 equal to minus 3. And then we do minus 2 to both sides. Cancel there, so v equals minus 5. There's our answer for that one. So it's very similar to what we were doing yesterday, but slight difference because we're involving multiplying by rational expressions. All right. Next example, 1 over v plus 1 equals 2v minus 2 over v squared plus v plus 1 over v squared plus v. Okay. So this one's a little weirder, right? So what I'm going to do is first see what I could do to factor anything on the bottom. So the v plus 1 I can't touch, but between these two, I could factor out a v. So that turns into v times v plus 1. And same thing over here, v times v plus 1. Okay, so now when I look at the common denominators, what I can do is rewrite a little bit. This is going to be 1 over v plus 1 equal 2v minus 2 over v times v plus 1 plus 1 over v times v plus 1. Okay, so now the common denominator that includes everything I see on the bottom would be v times v plus 1. So I'm going to multiply everything times v plus 1 there. Multiply this one times v plus 1. And this one. Multiply times v plus 1. All right, so now we can basically multiply. So here the v plus 1 cancels with that v plus 1. So what's just left is v times 1, so v. And this whole bottom cancels with that whole top there, multiplying. So all we have left is 2v minus 2. And the far piece here, v times v plus 1 cancels with that one. So all we have got left is a 1. Okay, so now it's looking a little nicer, right? So it's basically multiplying by the correct common denominator will cancel a lot of stuff and make it a little bit easier to deal with. So what we got left is v equals 2v minus 1. So I did minus 2 plus 1. And then let's do minus 2v to both sides. I moved it across the equal sign. So we got minus v equal to minus 1. And that could be cancel out the negative and negative because both sides are negative, so our final answer is v equals 1. All right, so it looked a little scary, but take it step by step and you'll be okay. All right, next example. 1 over v plus 1 equals 2. Oh, I just did that one. Let's start over. All right, let's try it again. How about 3 over 2x squared minus 6x equals 1 over x squared minus 3x minus 1 over 2x. Ooh, okay, that looks a little different, but one of the things we want to do here, first look to factor out the denominators. So on the bottom here, so we could factor out a 2 and an x, the result in x minus 3. And here would be factor out an x minus 3, and we just got 2x over there. Oh, okay. So now what we can do, let's go ahead and what's common, I'll include all the pieces, is 2x and x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply this one times 2x x minus 3, or basically multiply across the top. This one, 2x, x minus 3. And this one, multiply it by 2x times x minus 3. Sorry about that, round room. All right, so now we can do some canceling and stuff like that. So on the far left, the whole thing, 2x minus 3 cancels entirely to 2x minus 3. So all we got left is a 3 up top. And x minus 3 cancels x minus 3. X cancels x. So we got left is a 2 times 1 equals 2. And over far side, 2x cancel the 2x. So I got left here, there's x minus 3. So minus parentheses x minus 3. Let's get rid of this parentheses. So we got 3 equals 2 minus x plus 3. Let's combine like terms. So it's 2 plus 5 minus x. So what we're going to do is subtract minus 5 to both sides, get the x by itself. So we got left is minus 2 equal to minus x. And basically you have a negative on both sides. So that means we could cancel the negatives. So our final answer is x equal to 2. All right, hopefully not too bad. It looked out scary at the beginning, but once we factor things, then we can figure out which one to multiply by, and things cancel out, and in the end starts looking a lot prettier there. Okay, one more. So this last one's going to look very scary at the beginning. So we got r minus 3 over 2r squared plus 8r plus 6 equals 1 over 2r squared plus 8r plus 6 plus r over r squared plus 4r plus 3. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, but before you get started, before you worry about things too much, we're going to first find GCF. So first on this bottom here, pull out a 2. So it results in r squared plus 4r plus 3. Same thing on this one, pull out a 2, got r squared plus 4r plus 3. And we don't have anything we could factor out the far right one, so I'll just leave that one as is. But now we can actually factor them themselves. So this is still on the denominator side, so 2, separate out, r and r. The factors of 3 is 1 and 3, and we're in group A, so both are positive because that first sign is positive. Okay. This will be the same thing here, right? 2 times r plus 1 times r plus 3. Okay. So it's getting kind of messy, getting hard to follow things a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do is going to start fresh where we first left. So at the time, we're going to have these tops, with that bottom, that top, with that bottom, and this one on the far side is just, oh, we should factor that first, r plus 1 times r plus 3. Okay. So that's bottom of that piece. Okay, so we write it here, start fresh for you. If you need a pause, that's cool. So we have r minus 3 over 2 times r plus 1 times r minus 3 equals 1 over 2 times r plus 1 times r minus 3 plus r over r plus 1 times r minus 3. Okay, so now we're going to make things a lot nicer. So the common denominator for all of them is this big giant thing. So we're going to multiply everything times that. So the top is 2 times r plus 1 times r minus 3. This one, same thing. 2 times r plus 1 times r minus 3. And this one, same thing on the far side here. Multiply the top times 2 times r plus 1 times, oops, sorry about that, r plus 3. So let's cancel things and make it a little hot and prettier. This whole bottom of the far left cancels the whole top, so all we got left is r minus 3. And this whole thing cancels that whole thing, so we get just 1. And then the far, this bottom cancels most of that. We got left is that 2 times r, so plus 2r. So that's a lot prettier, a lot nicer. So now let's see what we can do to finish this thing off. I'm going to subtract r to both sides. Cancels there. So we got minus 3 equal to 1 plus r. And then we're going to subtract 1 to both sides. So it gives minus 4 equal to r. Whew. That's a big old mess, but always try to factor GCF and factor the denominators as far as you can before you start worrying about what to multiply by, and you'll be okay. You will get there. And do let me know if you have any questions. You can email, you can call, definitely join by officers. And don't forget, you got the after school tutoring as well as the 24/7 tutoring offered through our course. Good job. You guys can do this.